So tonight we've got an interesting topic. Now, this is a topic Michael and I have discussed previously many times, and I've had, I think, 4 shows on it. I did a short video on this show earlier in the week, and I listed all the shows that you could just click on and go watch that have to do with, me, talking about not only this topic but other topics to do with Black Sabbath. There's some great shows there if you want to check them out. There's one called
we both been covering it on both channels and together here on the stream
and
right
together,
from the get-go.
Right.
I remember when that article came out where it was mainly with the release of Geezer Butler's book, and there was an interview with him, how there was a softening between him and Bill Ward, and the only obstacle was Ozzy, and somehow Sharon was either kind of interrupted in it all, and there was a connection, and all seemed to be forgiven. And ever since that story hit, both Royce and I have been with a wing and a prayer, folks.
Oh, I know.
Right?
We've been trying, because let's face it, 2003, 2023, 2024, Ozzy had to cancel all his concerts because of the pain he's living with. He
couldn't even perform at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Well,
he just sat there.
That's right. Well, Michael, this goes back several years, I think to 2006 maybe. Yeah, he had an ATV accident, and it busted up his, some bones in his neck, his spine. He had all kinds of pins and rods and everything put in. Well, about the same time, he came down with Parkinson's disease, Came down with Parkinson's. And so anyway, he was healing. He was getting better. He got up at one night to go to the bathroom. He was walking back to his bed, pitch black, real dark. And he missed the bed and fell flat on his face. And he could just tell he'd busted all those rods and pins loose. And Sharon goes, "Ozzy, is that you? What happened?" And Ozzy says, "Call an ambulance." He knew he'd really hurt himself, So anyway, so he's been in pain for a long time. And I just found out today, I didn't realize this when I put this show together, that Ozzy can't walk. He can't even walk. So I don't know.
Right.
That's
what I based my video on, but I did my video like a day after you did.
No, I know. It's great.
I had a little bit additional information regarding that. And
that's
also there was some so first of all, this whole idea of Black Sabbath reuniting for a concert, yes, of course I'm in favor of it. Oh boy, yes. Okay, this is what both Royce and I wanted. However,
how could you not be, right?
However, there has been some scuttlebutt, even since I did my video, that, Ozzy absolutely can't walk.
No, it's over.
And it's like they've even announced that he can't walk. This is since you and I did our video, right?
That's exactly right.
But on top of all of that, the day before Ozzy announced this through Sharon, of course, he swore that he would not go up there in a wheelchair. He would not come on that stage in a wheelchair. So maybe, there's been conjectures. I've been following this quite a bit on the internet here, folks. There's been conjectures that the reason that this lineup is so huge, is because if Ozzy can't do this, the fans will have gotten such a treat anyway, without, Black Sabbath or Ozzy.
I thought maybe he was doing much, much better. I mean, they say his voice is strong as ever.
That's what I'm hearing. Yeah,
that's what I'm hearing. But I really didn't know that he was like completely crippled now from the Parkinson's. So it's going to be hard to it's going to be interesting to see how it all comes off. Anything can happen. I was reading an article on today, and there was a chat to that article, and somebody was saying he'll come out and mumble a few words, and then they'll whisk him away.
Right.
And
well,
that would be a real bummer, man.
Remember, leading up to this, Sharon, in the midst of her doing her magic to get him nominated, because she was the instigator of that and has deep connections into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'm not saying he didn't deserve it, but I'm not a Sharon fan. Okay, so while all of that was happening, of course, like you and I have reported, Royce, Ozzy kept saying, well, I want to do like a mini tour. And then you'd hear her say, over my dead body in another interview. And then he'd go, well, I'd like to do 3 or 4 shows. And she'd go like, over your dead body, and then finally there was some talk about him. How about a residency? And that was the last thing. It fizzled out. We haven't heard anything about that idea. And now all of a sudden a major show. And
well,
go ahead, Royce. I'm sorry.
Well, no. I was interrupting you, but just what's interesting is Black Sabbath did a final farewell tour, and Ozzy was in that tour, but drummer Bill Ward was not there. Bill Ward was not there, and that has bothered Ozzy to the point where it's almost been an obsession to do another show or concert tour or whatever, at least a show with all of the original lineup. Now, the drummer that played for them in place of Bill Ward, I think that was some kind of financial contractual dispute, was Tommy Clufetis, and you heard me bring him up many times, Michael. What an amazing drummer. He is Ozzy's drummer. And when Ozzy's playing with Black Sabbath, if Bill Ward's not there, then Clufetis is there because he already knows all the songs. But he's amazing. But anyway, it wasn't the original. So Ozzy wanted to do a final with the original. And he always said he never really did a proper farewell to the fans, said goodbye properly to them, and thanked them so much for being fans. So anyway, so Black Sabbath and
the
Ozzy,
fact that they never did have a final reunion tour because Bill Ward wasn't there to begin with. So that's right. That's right. I don't care how great of a drummer the guy was. It wasn't Black Sabbath anymore to me. And Royce and I, he's a bigger Ozzy fan than I am, but I am a fan of Ozzy, and quite lately kind of becoming a bigger fan of his solo career, mainly because of that wonderful album. It's got me re-looking at his stuff. He always seemed kind of like candy-assed heavy metal to me. The pop soda version of heavy metal. And and it's like, I don't know, but I wouldn't turn his songs off on the radio, Royce. I just wouldn't buy the album, right? But what really bothers me here, and this was kind of the end of my video, and I know I might be getting some pushback from you, because you are a much bigger Ozzy fan than I am.
No,
I would never argue with your point of view because he is big. I concur with that. But I hate it that he is going to get up there and supersede Black Sabbath and do a set of his hits, and then Black Sabbath comes on.
That's
bullshit. I hate that. I hate that.
Yeah. Oh, that's the way they've got it. They've written it up that Ozzy's going to come on and do a few songs from his solo career.
Yeah, I smell a Sharon in. Yeah, I smell a Sharon somewhere. Don't you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my God! Because it's all about Ozzy, and the thing is, the reason I am not as big a fan of his solo career as Royce, and again, I stipulate I may be very outnumbered in this. This is only my opinion. But Black Sabbath was never as good without Ozzy Osbourne, and Ozzy Osbourne was never as good without Black Sabbath. So they have the big freaking band of the century to go up there. They need to go up united, keep egos out of this, and give us a Sabbath concert.